Ladies and gentlemen, what is up, and welcome to today's Transformers Forged to Fight video, where we're going to be talking and explaining about possibly the best character in the game, which is Optimus Prime MV1, and talking about what makes this character so insane in a lot of matchups. It's very, very important that you know this character exists, what he can do, and also a little bit about his abilities when you're playing against him, because there are certain things you need to keep in mind whenever you go up against an Optimus Prime. So I guess the first thing that we want to talk about in this is probably one of the most important things, right? So while Optimus Prime is leaking energon from any bleed debuff, and at the moment there are about 30 to 40% of the characters in the game that do cause a bleed effect somehow, he will return 25.5% of any damage dealt as health, and also if he gets more than one stack of bleed, he will shrug that off. So his bleed is minimalized, and whenever you're attacking with the bleed, you're going to return that health, and quite often if you can get off some very hard-hitting Special 2 or Special 3 attacks, you're actually going to gain health and heal even more when you're under the effect of a bleed. So one of the most important matchups and kind of scenarios to keep this in mind for is when you're up against a Bone Crusher, because when you're fighting into Bone Crusher, you're going to take stacks of bleed, you're going to take bleed damage, and with any other character, apart from maybe Ratchet, there's not really too much you can do about it, apart from lose health. But when you're using an Optimus Prime MV1, you have the ability to again restrict the amount of bleed stacks to only one, and also get this really, really powerful health steal while you're under the effect of a bleed. So that is the first thing, and the biggest thing about Optimus Prime that makes this character amazing. Also has uses in other matchups, like against like a Bludgeon, a Windblade, another Optimus Prime, either MV1 or actually the classic version as well that has a bleed via his signature ability. So there are a lot of different scenarios where maybe if you fudge up a little bit, you take a hit, you get a stack of bleed or two, then you can quickly like unleash your Special 2 to recover like a ton of health there. So that's really, really important, a very, very strong ability there. But let's also talk about his signature ability as well. So his signature ability is Awakened ability, so when you get a second copy of the champion, he goes, "I'll take you all on." So this is only when you drop below the 20% health threshold, so if you get sniped, say at like 25%, you take one big hit, it's not going to kick in. You need something that like gradually ticks you over that 20% health threshold and hopefully doesn't one-shot you, and that's an interesting thing to bear in mind when you're fighting an Optimus Prime, is that ideally, if you can like snipe him with a Special 2 or Special 3 from just over that 20% range, then you won't have to deal with this. But anyway, when he drops below 20% health, very similar to like an Iron Man Arc Overload, for 7 seconds he gets plus 90% increased armor, and this pretty much makes him almost invulnerable to damage, as well if you've got the block buff up. He's only taken like 1 or 2 hits from every damage. Shock debuffs are also a little bit of a weakness of this, but for most fights, it's basically kind of acts as a cheat death, because you're not really taking like any damage during that, and also gives you a huge damage increase. You get 3 times plus 23% melee buffs, so again, if you drop below 20% health, you have a bleed on you, you fire off the Special 2, that is going to be potentially a huge heal there. So you've got that going on, which is pretty damn sweet. And then let's go through all of his other abilities and talk about stuff that he can do. So as mentioned earlier, when entering the block stance, so even if you block, he equips an armor buff, reducing damage from attacks by 11.9%. Again, this stacks with his signature ability and makes you almost invulnerable to damage. You will still take like 1 or 2, but it's not going to be very much. Also, all of his attacks have a 10% chance to increase melee damage for 4 seconds. I believe this, I'm not 100% sure on this one, but I believe this stacks as well. If you get really, really lucky, you can get like 2 stacks of this. Again, a very, very powerful Special 2. Special 2 is just amazing. It hits so incredibly hard. And the special attacks, so his special attacks have a 60% chance to inflict bleed on any like slashing attacks, which are basically his special attacks, and that will deal 40% of your attack over 3 seconds. Special attack 1 deals up to 150% additional melee damage based on health lost. So maybe if you're really, really low on health, if you're on that 20% range, maybe like a couple of Special 2s is going to be slightly more damage. Sorry, a couple of Special 1s is going to be slightly more damage than a Special 2. And Special 2 has a plus 30% chance to inflict bleed. So on the Special 2, you have a 90% chance to inflict bleed on every one of your attacks. So it's quite reliable for getting a solid amount of damage output there. So yeah, really do like this character. Very simple in terms of his abilities, doesn't really do too much, some really basic stuff here in comparison to some of the other slightly more complicated Transformers, but I think that's just what makes the character so good. He's got some really simple stuff, but it's really effective. He's got solid damage output, he can completely shrug off and mitigate a lot of the damage taken by bleed, and also he has a cheat death ability. So for kind of like an all-rounder Transformer, I believe currently like he is the best option, but again, it's quite competitive. There are some really good other options for different scenarios and different fights, but I think, you know, especially if you're getting into Legends of Cybertron or any difficult map where there's already stacked Bone Crusher, you want to have like Optimus Prime MV1 on your team. Very valuable to have. So anyway, let's take this squad out. Let's go ahead and start. I'm going to be playing mostly with the Optimus Prime MV1 in this, and hopefully we're not going to have that issue where the game starts to lag out a tiny bit, and hopefully it's going to be smooth sailing, but we'll wait and see what happens. So we're going to go ahead and go down the middle, because I'm usually not terribly great at playing while doing a commentary. So we've got the class disadvantage in the first fight, but you know what, guys, we're going to go for it anyway. Why not? This video is all about Optimus MV1, so hopefully we can show off a little bit of cool-ass gameplay here. Okay, that was not super great, starting the fight with a 5-hit combo to the face. Right, so we got the melee damage buff. I just saw it refresh twice, so I think that pretty much confirms that it unfortunately does not stack. Yeah, but as you can see, if you're playing quite aggressively, it has a pretty good uptime on it. It's far off the special 2 there. So that dealt so much damage. It's honestly ridiculous. Right, let's fire this off again. Get back into the fray. A couple more shots here. Heavy attack. Is that going to do it? Oh, amazing. Plus, like, as well, like, Optimus Prime, he's such a cool-looking character. Really badass. So, yeah, really do enjoy playing him. Right, so we don't have the class disadvantage last time, so I think we're losing like 60, 70 attack. And also, just as a bit of a disclaimer, my Optimus Prime, he isn't he's rank 3, but he isn't level 30 yet, he's only level 20. So he's still got like a lot of additional attack to get from being upgraded. But look at him, he just hits like an absolute, well, he hits like, he is a truck, but he does also hit like an absolute truck as well. I mean, that's something I say way too much in Marvel Contest of Champions, but in this case, he is an actual truck, like. I don't know why I found that so mildly amusing. Okay, let's move on. We got a demolition shotgun here. So, yeah, it's against the, what is it? It's the warrior class, so it's the red class against Bone Crushers, Bludgeons, RC, that he's going to be, like, particularly effective. But like Optimus Prime, if you ever want to dominate a Bone Crusher, because I've seen some stuff on Facebook in the forums about like dealing with Bone Crushers, Optimus Prime MV1, he's your ticket to victory, ladies and gentlemen. Right, we got clipped a little bit there by the heavy attack, but it ain't too bad. Right, is that Iron Fist? No, that's not Ironhide's special 2. I said Iron Fist there, I meant Ironhide. Oh, that was sick. So much damage on the final component of that. Just under a 600 crit. I reckon if we had the class advantage and this dude was fully leveled up, might have been a little bit higher. Might have been very close to something like, you know, 700, 800. Might not be too bad. Right, so let's go for Optimus again. So we got Windblade on this one. Potentially right. If we get hit here and take 1 stack of bleed, let's see if we can actually do that right. Just before we pop a special 2, we'll tactfully get hit. Or maybe we might untactfully get hit. Just try and show you guys the regeneration potential of this dude. I think Windblade, I think it's like a 20% chance to trigger the bleed on her attacks. It's going down so quickly though. Oh no, that's not the bleed, that's the shock. We haven't played this too well. Yeah, it's a little bit too close to death to do that now, but let's fire that off anyway. Solid amount of damage there. The special 2 is just, it's destruction right there. Plus it's so easy to pull off. Right, so we got Shotgun Scout. I don't think this enemy has a bleed to deal with, so we don't really need to worry about that too much. But we're getting very close to that I'll take you all on zone. Alright, let's fire off the gun there. Sweet, get another 5 combo. Big bit of melee damage there. Especially if you can keep up the aggression. You're stealing so much here. Right, the shotgun has Sideswipe Special 1. Just need to remember, like, all the animations and what they're going for. Ah, sorted. Special 2 is honestly so sick. Maybe I think in the... Oh, we got Bone Crusher! Yes! After this, we got Bone Crusher. We got prime time for ya boy Optimus here. So, looking forward to that. Hopefully, we can regen, like, a lot of the health we've lost, providing we don't play too badly. I think that's definitely a criteria there. Shotgun Tactician. Let's go ahead. We got the melee damage buff, but we do have the class disadvantage in this matchup. I think that's important to bear in mind. We'll get to the special 3 for this one and show that off, because that's pretty cool looking as well. It's very different from the classic Optimus' special 3. Right, is that Bumblebee's special 1? I think it was. Not too sure there. I kind of want to take a little bit more damage. Are we in? I'll take you all on yet? I don't think we are. I don't think we've been quite pushed there yet. Right, let's use this anyway. Oh, he just stabs him, man, right in the throat. So incredibly lethal there. Right, so we got Bone Crusher up next. I'm a little bit oh, another ambush. Damn, ambushes all over the place. Right, we're gonna pop on 2 health potions. I'm just a little bit concerned that my Optimus is getting a little bit risky low. So, you know, we're playing it relatively safe for the next few matchups. Right, so this was the one that had side swipes. Sideswipe? Yeah, it's sideswipe. I'm pretty sure it is. Sideswipe Special 1. Oh man, we haven't played too great so far. That melee damage debuff, that'd be pretty sweet. Turn him with the Special 2 quite well. I don't know what the Special 2 on this dude is, but it shouldn't matter. There we go. Just finishing like every fight so flawlessly with the Special 2. It's pretty damn convenient. Right, so we got Bone Crusher. I am praying to RNGesus that we do not get hit here. Let's just use one more potion. Just get him up a tiny bit more, just in case. I want to leave that little margin of error, just in case we do mess up, because it's definitely possible. But hopefully this should be a glorious matchup where we can get some big boy regen. Come on. Hey, let's get the bleed. Right, that's amazing. So again, now that we've got more than one stack, it shrugged off the first stack we had there. Wouldn't mind that bleed for the Special 2, though. We're going to get a bleed. Oh, we didn't get a bleed. I was upset about not getting a bleed on Bone Crusher there. Damn, boys. Ah, well, it doesn't matter too much. Those longer fights, that's where you're really going to see a lot of the stuff there. I think we healed for a couple of hundred. Right, so we got the Demolition Shotgun here. What node does he have active? Oh, so increased power generated. I assume being the final boss as well, this dude probably has a Special 3 active. Let's go for this. Let's go for this. I think this is going to be a good opportunity to open Optimus up a little bit more. Okay, it's loading. Warrior and Scout. Ah, Green Scout. I remember that now. Oh, damn, this dude's a beast. Oh, he's a beast. He is a shark. That is statistically correct. Okay, so he doesn't have a Special 3. That's convenient. But we've been taking a little bit of a beating so far. Let's fire off that heavy. Oh, it'd be nice to open up the Special 2. Oh, dude, this guy is evading like a champion. He's doing quite well. Let's fire this off. Oh, that damage. Is that going to see us through? Okay, right, so we got... I'll take you all on now for the next Actually, we got perfect special one time. Oh, no. It's a little bit too late. No, 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 no. Okay, should be dead, should be dead. Oh, that was so close. So close, but we made it, ladies and gentlemen. I guess I'm pretty glad I used that final health potion. That was a pretty good investment there. Not too bad at all. So, ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed this Optimus Prime kind of overview and gameplay video. He's an amazing character. I definitely say for kind of like general gameplay, he's one of the characters to prioritize, just because he has so much amazing use throughout the game. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a thumbs up. That'd be greatly appreciated. Apart from that, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.